Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Let the truth talk to 'em. Talk.
Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Truth Talks. I am your host, Krayzie Bone.
What's happening? I'm the co-host, Keith G.
And like always, we thank y'all for listening, tuning in, and subscribing to the Truth Talks, a show where we like to talk the truth and nothing but the truth. We hope that everybody is staying safe, and these times is bizarre, bro. You know, we thought we'd be over this coronavirus, COVID-19, or whatever it is by now, but
Yeah.
as we see, we still on Zoom, and it still lingers. And it seems like it's getting worse. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just take all the necessary precautions to protect yourself and your family, your loved ones at all times, and y'all just stay safe out there, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling when this is going to end, but as long as you're alive, you're good. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So,
it has lasted a lot longer than I really thought it ever would.
bro, for real. Like, I'm like, nigga, come on, son. Like, really?
Yeah.
This is serious. But anyway, today's conversation is undoubtedly another good conversation, as we always have. Right now on this episode, I want to talk about jealousy and envy. To try to step out of everything that's going on in the world. We talk about that a lot, you know what I'm saying? The protests, the coronavirus, we talk about that, but
right.
You know, just keep our schedule of topics that we always want to discuss. We were kind of sidetracked by everything that's going on right now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we're gonna get back focused.
Yeah.
That's just what the devil want us to get unfocused, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, jealousy and envy, man. Now, jealousy and envy has always proven to be a foolish man's tool. Like Slick Rick say, jealousy and envy is a dumb one's tool. So
Yeah.
Rick says nothing, he keeps his cool. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
You know, and if you're a human being on this earth, man, at some point in time in your life, you've had to deal with jealousy and envy, whether it was somebody being jealous and envious of you, or vice versa. You the culprit, jealous ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, it could work both ways, you know what I'm saying? And we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful because these traits could sneak up on anybody at any given time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if we one of them people who say, would they say, oh, I never hate on people, or I'm not the jealous type. We have to keep in mind that there are many reasons there are many reasons that could arise why a person would feel a little bit jealous or a lot. You know what I'm saying? We also have to count in the fact that the devil is there to influence your jealousy.
Yeah.
He's there to throw it in your face like, look what this nigga got. You should have that. What? You did all this? You know what I'm saying? So it could easily be brought into your midst without you even realizing it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ray Jack, you took the words right out my mouth, bro, because that's what I was about to say like that. You know, anybody is subject to it because jealousy is a spirit, you know what I'm saying? Evil spirit, evil characteristic, you know, that alters not just what you physically see, but it alters what you mentally see about a person that you don't even know. You know what I mean? Just because of a difference in what something that you want that you may have or may not have accomplished or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just anything that alters the way you look at your brother or your sister in the wrong way, you know, that's something niggas like, hey man, that ain't something we need to just be, that ain't the thought process to have right there.
That's real. But to keep it 100 though, like I don't dislike or hate a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like really nothing at all. But one thing I truly hate is a jealous soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't hate the person. I hate the characteristics of a jealous person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is because it's always been crazy to me how people can just hate on you just for the simple fact you're doing good, or or shit, you could be doing bad and they still hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like, I remember back in junior high and high school, people thought me and Lay was ballers. We was broke as hell. You know what I'm saying? We just knew how to keep ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Now, I did have a brother in the game. We used to steal his clothes and his little gear, you know what I'm saying, go to school looking fresh. So they probably thought because of that, but nigga, we was broke as a joke. Didn't have 2 nickels to rub to, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have 2 nickels. For real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this whole jealousy thing, you know, like people hate you because you got a nice job, or you got a pretty wife or girlfriend, or you got a good husband, or you made it out the ghetto, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of reasons out there for people to jealous on you. First and foremost, what I want to do is before we continue, I want to look up those 2 words, jealousy and envy.
Okay.
Starting with jealous. Now, the definition of jealous, number 1 definition is showing extreme cupidity, painfully desirous of another's advantages.
That don't
Number
sound
2,
good at all.
it don't sound good at all. It's like, that's a violent hate right there. Number two is suspicious or unduly suspicious of fear or fearful of being displaced by a rival. Now, going back and looking at the first definition of jealous, it says showing extreme cupidity. Now, cupidity means extreme greed for material wealth.
Okay.
And notice at the end how it says painfully desirous of another's advantages. Bro, painfully?
Yeah. What that means, all you got, everything in your whole body is like you striving to be them. You can't rest.
Yeah. It's like your whole everything, muscle, your brain, everything is focused on what this person have that you wanted. Bro, painfully, that means that a person is so infused with jealousy so much that it literally pains him to see the next person having something.
Yeah.
Or something that he can't have. It's physically it's physically and emotionally pains them. That's scary. Jealousy and envy are both 2 dangerous traits.
And look what even in this short period of what some of that already led to, you know, in the human body. It's already that jealousy and envy. I mean, we ain't even on envy yet. You already just only went to jealousy right now. And that's already promoted paranoia in a person. It's already promoted self not satisfied with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got the way that you look at you got low self-esteem, basically. Word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know what it make you look at your other people in a whole nother way. It just got you wrapped up in the whole wrong way to walk around town.
Yeah, bro, and then what's crazy is not only does a jealous person want what you have, they actually want what you have, but they don't want you to have it at all. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have it at all. That's a serious case of jealousy. Now, I could maybe understand, if somebody sees something that you have that made them get up and be like, man, I'm a hustle so I can get that same thing. I want that. So they can come up and get, you know what I'm saying? If they want it, you know what I'm saying? Get up, hustle, go get it.
I can see that.
This type of jealousy wants everything that you have, and it wants you out of the picture completely. What the hell is that? It's like, we've seen so many examples of this type of jealousy in the past, in these current days, and we will undoubtedly see it in the future. You know what I'm saying? And up until God, like we always say, up until God comes in and changes it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to end. Pretty much not going to end. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
No, that I know you probably gonna tap on that with you know what I'm saying, from the beginning of the jealousy, you know, pretty much with Cain and Abel. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll go light on the situation, but I mean, it's always been something that provoke your brother or your sister to look at them with the envious eye, with a jealous eye, man. You know, and that only comes from the father of that, you know, that is straight from Satan. When you're sitting up just regularly, a human being without that inspiration is gonna sit up and he's just ready. You ain't tripping off when nobody pull up with a brand new boat or some brand new, you know, kicks on or some brand new whatever it is that they got. They got their fine ass fiance, and you like, damn, where you get her from? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You ain't tripping off her. You like, man, that's cool, dude. To found somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to for your people, but we've been unwired the other way, and we accepted that more because sometimes, see, the enemy could prey on our behalf of not being able to sometimes achieve the things that we really want, and then try to make that overshadow and make us now jealous of somebody who has achieved those things that we really want. So he's able to use that kind of, if we ain't careful, use what we didn't get to do to make us have a stupid eye on somebody else instead of being like, you know what, dang, that thing is hard to do. You made it in there, man. Hey, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy somebody did. You know what I mean? But that's just if you look at it the other way, you know?
Yeah. Moving to the definition of envy. Number one, it says a feeling of grudging admiration and desire to have something that is possessed by another.
Yeah, I mean, they sound like cousins.
Yeah, for real. Number two, spite and resentment at seeing the success of another, personified as one of the deadly sins. So just looking at the first definition for envy, the key words here are grudging admiration.
Yes.
Grudging means petty or reluctant in giving or spending. Admiration means a feeling of delighted approval and liking. So envy basically means a petty feeling of delighted approval, meaning it's not that serious, nigga. Like for real. It's petty. Like for real, it's petty. Bro, it's so crazy because this was something I was never really able to wrap my brain around until I understood where these two traits originated from.
Okay.
And you know, it helped me to understand and help me to understand why people get mad and hate you just because you come up to a point to where you better yourself for the quality of life and people just hate you. But like I said, I had to search for the knowledge to really understand those things. And in reaching for this information, I found some very informative and logical explanations about this particular issue. So now to really understand jealousy and envy, we have to trace it all the way back to when it first started, just like he was talking about. And the very first time, we have to trace it back to the very first time these traits were seen and heard of. Of course, it's nothing new to us. You know, it has always existed from our beginning until now. But where did it come from? So after research, there is no doubt that, you know, that this was introduced and influenced by none other than the devil himself. You know what I'm saying? This was brought on by him himself. And I'm talking about even before humans was put on earth.
Yeah.
You know, it started, for people that don't know, this started a long time ago up in the heavens.
Yeah.
When the devil focused his sights on the worship and praise that God was receiving from the other angels, and he became enraged with jealousy and envy.
Yeah.
Until it started to fill him up to the point it drove him to what he is today, the resistor, a slanderer, and the father of the lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the name, you know, for those that did not know, the descriptive name of Satan means resistor. And the name devil and the name devil means slanderer or liar, because he told the very first lie ever recorded anywhere. when he lied to Adam and Eve and told them, "Oh no, did God tell y'all was gonna die?
Yeah, he
Man,
surely didn't say
you
that,
ain't
did he?
gonna die. He
Yeah.
he know y'all gonna be just like him, bro."
Right.
There's here's the perfect example of how strong jealousy and envy can be.
Yeah.
First of all, we got to think back to the devil's position. The devil was an angel. He was not created the devil, as some people may believe when they're trying to argue that God created evil.
Right.
That's not
Exactly.
the truth. That's not the truth. God
Exactly.
created God created angels, and just like we were given free will to choose right and wrong, they were also. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? They were also, and they, you know what I'm saying, the devil chose to be a resistor.
Yeah.
That particular angel chose to rebel. You know what I'm
Get out
saying?
of place.
No, go ahead.
No, see, getting out of place, especially to a spot where you ain't had to put nothing on nothing. You just had to just be as you is and appreciate the fact that you was dope, because it's recorded as he was a very beautiful being, very beautiful voice, very, arrayed, physically beautiful and everything too. You know what I'm saying? It's
Bro,
powerful, strong, whatever it is,
exactly.
and all type of attributes. But for some reason, you just got to look over your neighbor's fence and see that
Exactly.
what's going on over there. But go ahead on though, man. I just interjected.
No. I didn't worried about the next man. You're right.
Yeah,
Think about this. Now the devil was originally a messenger of God. He had a prominent position amongst the creator of the universe. Can't ask for no better job. You know what I'm saying? But the jealousy was so strong that it took him completely out of his hookup, bro. And he envied what God had so much to the point that it made him want what God had. He wanted the
yeah,
attention. He wanted the he wanted the praise. He wanted the worship, and plain and
everything.
simple, he wanted to be God. But the problem was, is that job was already taken indefinitely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Job was already taken, so he was just out of luck. So I mean, this is how sometimes I picture the whole scene, how it went down. You know what I'm saying? They was up in, they was up in heaven. You know, and the devil, like I said, he had a prominent position with the creator of the universe. So he was probably like, he probably started to complain and, like talk to the other angels, like, he was probably complaining about his little duties that he had. You know what I'm saying? He
right,
probably was like, man, why we gotta
right.
sit there and listen to him all day? Like, bro, you know how people do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
Because
doubt.
humans, those that originate with him, imitate him all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that too, Craig.
Yeah, they imitate him all the time. So, he started complaining about this, and you know, and he probably started complaining around the other angels just to test the waters to see who would be like, man, you're right. I'm sick of this too. Let's
Yeah,
rebel. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Trying to find something bad in a good situation and exploit that. How come we
Yeah,
can't? If they could do everything, but if we can't do this, why can't we do that?
right.
Something do that they can't do. Want to point that out? You know what I'm saying? But what is that even a part of the thing for? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Exactly.
but hey, you could be. I'm not gonna stand on no soapbox and say you can't be tricked out of something that you think that you got sold up at, because that's the whole part of a trick. You know what I'm saying? But what we
Yeah,
saying, I guess, mentality. You know what I'm saying? Have a mentality. Ask for a mentality of Christ, because that's the only way. Thinking spiritually is the only way that you could even think about some stuff like this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Lord give it to you so you could sit up. It ain't just you doing it on your own. So kind of being aware of like, hey man, I'm going right into that. I'm walking right into that situation.
yeah. And the way he tried to seduce the other angels, it's just like person. You know, when a person getting ready to rebel or they want to make a move, they always got to try to have somebody follow. Always. Y'all with it? Come on, y'all with it? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always. This is where these traits come from. If people don't know, you're imitating the devil. Bottom line. That's what it is. He started it. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, they all need somebody to roll with them. Why? Because we always say this all the time. Misery loves company. Bottom line.
Yeah.
He probably
certain cliches is cliches, Craig, but that ain't one of them. That's really is that misery really does love company. You know.
Oh yeah, really.
And it's total opposite of a real friend, because a real friend is the opposite. They like, hey, you go that way. I'm gonna go this way then and take the little. You know what I'm saying? They think in that kind of direction. You know, not the fact of let me lead you down a little real messed up road. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And some more stuff he probably said. He probably went to the other angels and was saying stuff like, you know, why do we have to listen to everything? Why do we have to do everything he asks us to do? He don't know what's best. He don't know what's best for us. I could determine my own future.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And he probably didn't think twice. He probably didn't think about this just once or twice. This is something that he probably dwelled on up until the day he decided to act on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because that's how sin works. You sit and you dwell on it for so long, think about it over and over again. You envision yourself doing it.
Yep.
Over and over again to the point you get up one day, you're like, you know what? I'm just about to go do it. I can't take it no more. I got to go fulfill this sin. Like for real.
You ain't lying, Jack. Hey, you just said about it too long. It done built a little house in your head, top of your head. You know.
Yeah.
They say sometimes older school people, you say ain't nothing wrong with birds flying over your head, but don't let them make no nest there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then that's probably when he noticed Adam and Eve just happily and peacefully chilling in the garden, you know, laying back eating some apples and grapes or something. You know what I'm saying? And he set his eyes on deceiving Eve. Now, if we sit up and we let jealousy build up in our hearts, we could end up making the same mistakes as the devil made, going against God.
Yeah.
God tells us many times in the Bible that he hates a jealous, envious person. It's something that despises him because he knows what these traits can do to a person. So, like we said, when you see people in this world full of jealousy and envy, you know who they originate with, the devil, because he has influenced the entire world to adopt his traits. Because he wanted to be like God, he even lied to Adam and Eve and told them that if they ate from the tree that they were not supposed to eat from, that they would become like God. Their eyes would be open and they would be just like God, being God's themselves. Like I said, misery loves company. And we all know what happened to Adam and Eve. They died. They didn't end up like God. They didn't receive any of God's powers or wisdom. They died and lost the perfect life that God gave them forever. There is no going to heaven or no resurrection for them. They're done because they willingly, after God gave all this knowledge to Adam, nigga, God was your personal teacher. He sat down with you and told you this is this and that's that and this is this. You name the animals. Go ahead. Bro, that was your personal teacher. And you willingly went against him when he gave you everything. You named the animals. You should have known, but he should have known that hold on, when I was naming these animals, didn't no snake speak back to me? They said, no, I don't want that name. No, nigga, no. He should have known better than that to me. I always think about that when I think about that story. Dude, bro, you should have known better than this.
Right.
I can understand Eve. She probably didn't get as much time in with God as you did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even on that, that's why sometimes it seems to me that when she, bit the fruit, that nothing immediately happened. That nothing immediately happened to her, and then it didn't really change until he really ate it, they realized they were naked. But I mean, that's another story too.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody. We should never be fooled to that level of stupidity by anybody. no mere human being will ever be like God on any level. Any level. So
Yeah.
that's just out the door. You know what I'm saying? Now, moving on. After this happened with the devil and Adam and Eve, another act of jealousy in humans actually takes place amongst two brothers. You just talked about this. Cain and Abel. Remember now, this is still the beginning of mankind. These were Adam and Eve's sons. As a matter of fact, I'll read the passage in the Bible of Genesis of what occurred between these two brothers. A lot of y'all might already be familiar with it, but if not, you know what I'm saying? You need to be. So in Genesis chapter 4, the very first book of the Bible, we're introduced to two brothers that was born to Adam and Eve after they had sinned and was kicked out the Garden of Eden. Cain and Abel. And this is what it says in chapter 4 of Genesis, verses 2 through 5. It says, Abel became a shepherd of the flock, but Cain became a cultivator of the ground. After some time, Cain brought fruits of the land as an offering to Jehovah. But Abel brought some firstlings of his flock, including their fat. While God looked with favor on Abel and his offering, he did not look with any favor on Cain and his offerings. So Cain grew hot and was dejected. Dejected means affected or marked by low spirits. So here we have two brothers making offerings to God. And
Yeah.
God accepts Abel's offering, but he doesn't accept Cain's. We won't get into the reason right now, but we can be sure that it was for good reason that God didn't accept his offering. Reading on in 6, it says, then God said to Cain, why are you so angry and dejected? If you turn to doing good, will you not be restored to favor? But if you do not turn to doing good, sin is crouching at the door, and its craving is to dominate you. But will you get mastery over it?
Yeah.
This right here to me is so real, and it shows you how God tries to look out for us.
Yeah.
Because God was reading Cain's heart, and he could see that Cain was building up hatred and jealousy towards his own brother. God even tried to warn him and asked him, why are you so angry? Maybe all Cain had to do was simply make the same offering that Abel did.
Yeah.
But instead, that's maybe all he had to do. But instead of imitating his brother's offering, or even asking God, why didn't you accept mine?
No,
Even
right.
asking him. You know what I'm saying? Like a simple question. I'm sure God wouldn't have struck you down for asking him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but even do like you said, that thing just to have the mind state of saying, you know what, this was wrong.
Yeah.
This wasn't okay. If this ain't the way to be, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't learn to give you the best and stuff like that. Let me start trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, because what I just developed, once again, another character trait. I was mad at somebody for doing totally nothing to me. I was mad because I didn't do the good, go as far as they went. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's the total definition of what we're talking about right here. And it's something that, you know, we all subject to at any time if we're not careful. And that's for real, man.
And that's real. And I said maybe Cain should have asked God, but honestly, when you think about it, it wasn't that many people on the earth. It was probably like I think they had a sister at that time as well. So it's probably like them three and their father and mother.
Yeah, you dealing with like 4 or 5, 6 people
I'm
at the
quite
most.
sure God told them exactly what kind of offerings he accepted.
Or like you say, he gonna go inside your heart. You know, when you give him crumbs versus, hey man, like, you know, when you go into a friend's house, hey man, I bought this one a present because, you know, this my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? First, I came up in there with a a open box of, whatever, crackers, you know what I'm saying, to the party like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Talking about brought something. You know what I mean?
definitely, bro.
That's the difference of having somebody on your mind. It's not really that God want nothing from us, because he don't need nothing from us. And you know that. I'm not saying it to you. But, pretty much he just like, hey, man, I want to see where your faith in me is at by you even honoring me with something that, you feel that I've been a part of getting, or something
Yeah,
that you like, hey, man, no matter if I got this or that, I still love you. I just want to let you know, man, this is a part of what I got, and I want you to have a part of that too.
bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Not that he needed it, because he definitely don't need it.
Yeah. Picking up.
But that jealousy act right there is crazy, because it may do just straight off his brother. But when evil get at you like that in a way, man, it's something else, bro. It really is gonna alter the look at your friend.
Real talk. That's real, bro. Truth talks. Picking back up in chapter 4:8, it says, after that, Cain said to his brother, let us go over into the field. So while they went into the field, Cain assaulted his brother and killed him. So as we see, Cain did not heed the advice of God to humble himself. Instead, he chose to let jealousy and envy build up and overtake him, which led him to assaulting and murdering his own brother. And this is where jealousy and envy began in human beings, in human history, the very first account. Just like this was the very first murder. You know what I'm saying? The very first account of murder. It was the very first account of jealousy and envy. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. Like it's real, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really real. This is why we are this is why human beings are where we are today. Although people don't want to believe it, they want to try to explain God away, or explain him of not existing or being real, or something that a certain race of people made up. You know what I'm saying? That's I just can't roll with that. We all imperfect human beings. It's not one man on earth that has lived or that is now living that was born perfect, that has never sinned, except Jesus Christ himself.
That's it. That's the onlyest one, Christ. Other than that, we know how it go like that. We a filthy rag. That's what it say, even at our best, So it's just believing in him that makes us the difference, nothing that, I done did something so good in life. I done walked people across the street. I stopped doing this. It ain't that thing. It's the facts that, to be drawn closer to Christ and believe that he's the true and living Son of God. And that's it. That's all he required, period.
Yeah.
Of course, then you might start doing some of the things that, towards that direction. But even that, he'll take care of those things. Because sometimes you'll be like, damn, the terrible things I used to think about doing all the time, I don't think about doing them all the time no more. Damn, that's a trip. Thanks, God. And you know what I'm saying? It roll off like that. It ain't all in one, just screech and stop. Because a lot of people going to say, oh, you think but, and that's the jealousy and envy coming out in them.
Exactly.
To keep you back from, the small walk you're trying to make, So.
Yeah, bro, because, like these jealousy traits, we all have to wrestle with them at some point in our lives. But will you be the bigger person and overcome it? Or will you be like, will you let it consume you to the point to where you react like the devil or Cain?
Yeah.
That's real.
Satan influenced, the scribes and the Pharisees to look at Jesus and be jealous of him, instead of looking at him and saying, yo, you actually the one that this book that we looking at all the time is actually talking about. But so much blinded by jealousy that the very book that you read, you can't even realize no trait in there that this is the dude that's standing right in front of you. This is the son that was already talked about coming right there. Because of you just blinded by can't be. That's Mary and Joseph, boy. Who do you think he is?
Yeah. Ain't you a carpenter?
Yeah, all that.
Ain't you a carpenter? You work down the street for Roy and them, don't you?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, bro. They was tripping on him, for real.
From Nazareth Street.
Yeah, he was like, nigga, I know you. And he said, Mary's boy. Yeah, you Mary's boy, ain't you? Mary and Joseph's boy, ain't you? That's crazy, bro. But in our lifetime, I know in my lifetime, I've seen so many different examples of jealousy on so many different levels, whether it be the drug dealer on the streets. We see it in the music business. We see it in sports. We see it in everyday life. We see it in everything in this world today. Look how many good people that made it and wanted to do good. They made it and wanted to do good with their blessings and help other people, and somebody hated and took their lives away simply because they were jealous.
Yeah.
We've seen it a lot. We've seen it with Triple X Temptation. We've seen it with Nipsey Hussle. We've seen it with a lot of people. We've seen it with Pop Smoke. We've seen it with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We like, it's like you really have to, the jealousy spirit in this world is a very strong spirit. Do not underestimate it. Do not underestimate its pull. Why? Because anytime God warns you of something, it's best to take heed to the warning because he knows firsthand what it can do. And God has already warned us that the whole world is lying in the power of the wicked one, which is the devil. In this world we live in, his spirit rules. That's why it's so crazy out here. That's why when you see people doing stuff and you be like, I can't believe they just did some shit like broad daylight.
Yeah.
That's because his spirit rules. His spirit is emboldening people these days. If you look around, people are getting very, very bold. That's because the devil, we say this all the time, the devil knows he has to turn it up. So I got to turn it up. So I'm going to influence these niggas even more.
Yeah.
Go out there, just hate, go.
Yeah.
Hate. But, and those are his exact orders.
Look how you ain't lying, man. Got the internet hate make the hate go faster. Before you had to first start off Pony Express on a horse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Delivering notes and letters and things like that. And you got Wells Fargo and they're dropping stuff off as they go to buy a bank or something. And you got this internet thing, you know what I'm saying? Or mailbox first, then you got this. This hate goes by fast, quick.
Oh yeah, bro. We have to be sure that we never become that person that's full of jealousy. And I know it's hard in this world. It's hard in this world that we live in today, but regardless of what the world standards are, we should always try, and I know it's easier said than done because this world tempts us, but we should always try to keep a simple eye and pursue the necessities in life. Because like, you know, it's we shouldn't spend too much time and effort on trying to accumulate material items that eventually get old and collect rust and dust. The more you pay attention to what the next man has, the more distracted you become, the more miserable you are, the more you miss out on enjoying your life.
Yeah.
These things having material items does not bring personal, lasting happiness. I don't care what these celebrities are showing you or telling you. That is not happiness. It is just a distraction from their reality, from their problems. Their problems in reality has not went anywhere. That's not happiness. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I was on my Periscope last night, and you had a little troll coming through to my, oh yeah, you this, you that, your bone fell off. I'm like, bro, like, if that's what you consume, if that's what you so consumed with, why are you on my page wasting time on me when you could be out there making some money?
Yeah.
You take time out of your day to come on my page to sit on there and just troll. But you're talking about you finna blow up. I can't see it. All that time you spent on my page hating, you just wasted a few hours in your life that you could have been putting towards you coming up or blowing up, so you say. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Niggas don't be smart though, you know what I'm saying? But
It's that spirit though, man. It's just that
that
same
spirit.
spirit you was talking about earlier, man. Yo, man, it does into so much. It does into a people. It does into whatever it is. So as we go back to the beginning, you can see it. We ain't even talking about color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother situation, even with that. But I mean, the spirit of evil is just like something else. It's going. If you man, be careful, because when with anger, it puts that on there too. Jealousy, envy, all of those things are together. Something new you never seen before. Somebody can talk you into either liking it or hating that. It's
Right.
not before you've even tried it. Most of the time, some people are already trying to barter for your the way that you're gonna go about this. You tasted that new this and that, even if it's down to just some food, that restaurant. Oh man, I don't like that. Or man, this thing is bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You already kind of preconceived notion before you go. So it's the same with jealousy and envy. You know what I'm saying? You already sometimes hate somebody because somebody that was hating on somebody told you to. And you get around, be like, man, I like this person, man. I didn't even know this nigga was like, man, you cooled him up. Hey, you a Steeler fan too? What?
Yeah. And like I was talking about the material possessions that serve as a distraction from their reality. Sadly, it's a distraction that a lot of people will voluntarily welcome into their lives. People don't care about the warnings that God gave. People always, people have the mentality, like the devil. They have the mentality, let me see. Let me try it out. Let me go experience to see if you said was right. Sometimes, I know people say, there's a lot of times people say that, you know, don't listen to what everybody tell you. You know, experience it or check it out for yourself, which is true. But sometimes some things are told to you that just common sense.
Yeah.
Some things are just, you know, some things are just common sense. You don't have to go research. You know when it's told to you, oh yeah, that's real. That's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can choose to ignore it if you want to. That's on you. Also, you have to watch the company you keep and the people you surround yourself with very closely, because this could mean your very life. It could mean your very life. These days, though, the days of the large entourages and come on, I'm taking everybody, can't happen. It can't happen. Although we may feel like we want to help and save the world or save all the homies, and we have to realize the world doesn't want to be saved. The world don't want to be saved the way it needs to be, because if that was the case, everybody would be looking for God for the answers, and they would listen to his directions and his guidance. But that's not the case. The majority of people in this world want to be rich and famous because that's the spirit that this world promotes.
Yeah.
The world spirit promotes get it while you can. Go hard or go home. Nice guys finish last. Or that very famous one we all know, you only live once, so live your life to the fullest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Philosophies of men are worth nothing at all.
Dumb.
The philosophies of men, I don't give a fuck if they, sorry about my language. I don't care if they been graduated from 12 colleges. It still ain't adding up.
Yep.
You still won't add up. I don't care.
Not to the word of God, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all have to watch who you surround yourself with, you know, because, you know, your association can spoil your useful habits. You know, you have to watch who you hang around, even if you're not a jealous, envious person. If you have a friend that all that friend does is sits up and talk about other people and make fun of other people and talk about, I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really shouldn't indulge in their conversation, and you really should limit the time you spend with them, because they're trying to turn you into something rotten. For real.
Yeah.
They're trying to influence upon you traits that are no good.
Yeah, eventually they're gonna pick them up. You know, it ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah,
There's no
that's
doubt
real,
about
bro.
that.
Because
More
when
than
you
6
hang
weeks.
around people, for so long, y'all start picking it, y'all start using the same slang, you start having the same habits. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Just think about our camp. We all used to say, that's why when we tell little jokes, nobody knows what we're talking about, but we all laughing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same way. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to come to y'all to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we've been talking about everything that's been going on with racism and COVID-19 and other things, but you know, we have to keep pushing forward in life because just because we're in quarantine, push for life has not stopped.
That's right.
The struggle and the journey to get to where God purposed us to be has not stopped. This is actually I take this as a warning sign from God, like, hey, y'all paying attention down there, right?
Right.
Y'all,
It does feel
y'all
like
didn't
that.
know, y'all didn't know this was coming. Like I told y'all, thief in the night. Remember
Yeah.
that. Y'all didn't know this was coming. Just one day you woke up and it was here. That's just how it's gonna be, bro.
And it feels like that too. You know, in different times, for me, it does feel like that, bro. That's crazy that you say that because it does. You know, it's definitely a different time, especially that we living in right here. You know, I know we always say it, and we got different things. This could sound like a broken record, but this is just the climate of the world we living in right now. You know, it's what it is. We just trying to share a little bit of, you know, things for y'all to hope with. You know what I'm saying?
Knowledge, man. Yeah, and we thank y'all. You know, like once again, we truly thank y'all for tuning in and subscribing to Truth Talks. We bring these truths to you with the hope of opening the eyes of the many that have been lied to and led astray by the devil's craftiness and machinations. You know what I'm saying? The destructive powers of jealousy are very powerful when it's used against you and when you use it against somebody else. It takes away on both sides. If you're the one people are being jealous of, you know, it brings you down, like, you know, why they hating on me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't done nothing to nobody. Or if you the one getting off the negative energy, it just drains you. It's draining. It takes muscle and energy to be jealous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got to frown. You got to tighten your face up to frown.
yeah, I ain't gonna even lie. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn how to overcome certain things too. You know what I'm saying? I used to be one like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Why they get all that? This was before we even made it. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, nigga, why they can make it and we can't? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
just pissed. You know what I'm saying? But man, when you live and learn and you see that things that we wanted so bad to get don't really mean nothing. It really has no worth. You know what I'm saying? You like the material items don't have no worth. You buy a car today, a couple of years, that car out of style.
Really though.
And
You pulling up to the
you
light.
scrambling to try to go get the new one. You busting your ass to go get the new one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, it ain't that serious, bro, because like, you know what I'm saying? Like, material things, I ain't gonna even lie. When I first got in the game, was nice. I'm like, nigga, what? I got what? But when you have it, and you see the worth of it, and you see what it brings jealousy and envy. And that's another thing I want to talk about before we get up out of here, because some people try to purposely make people jealous of them, which is also very dangerous. So
Yeah.
to these young cats out here getting in the game, this is what I always say, I'm glad we did not have social media coming up when we came up. Because, son, we'd have been blazed, or we had to blaze somebody for trying to run up on us. Like, no lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not a good thing in God's eyes either. The showy display of one means of life does not originate with God. That's the scripture. Does not originate with God.
Right.
He not sitting up like, oh, You know, you bragging, oh, I got this, I got that. This how much money I make. It means absolutely nothing. Yeah, to
Zero.
the little airhead female, it may. To the little young airhead fans, you know, running around. It may mean something to them at the time. But that's what strokes their ego, though. The women, they do it. You know, they show off all this stuff, and just think about, like, especially in the music business, and dudes have all this. You have all this fame, you have money, everything you want. You have all this, but yet and still, a dude will still go and what do you call it? A dude will still go and lust for a married man's wife.
Yeah.
When there's millions of women out here, single women, millions of single women, a dude will actually just like zero in just to say, nigga, I took your wife. Just to say some shit like that.
Dog, just to go with what you're saying, there's so many songs that have been made about that whole very topic you're talking about. From whether it's, you know, Jesse's Girl, I wish I had Jesse's Girl, to I'll Take Your Man with Salt and Pepper, you know, all the songs, it's just about players taking somebody's broad. It's always a thing of, you know, and jealousy and envy is wrapped up in that, because you see somebody with it, you're like, man, I got to have her, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Even sometimes, you know, now with females, it's weird because they say, you know, they really jump on a dude when he got somebody. Like if you at the club and you with a broad, they more likely to look at you then than vice versa, filling up in there by yourself.
Right.
What kind of is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you're like, nigga, you married up already, and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you can walk in the spot with your girl on your arm, and there's still females trying to pass you little love notes. How you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't
I
you
want
see
what she
my
got.
wife with me? What is wrong with you?
Same thing with dudes. Same dudes do the same.
Same with dudes,
You know
but it's a mentality that we have to fix.
I want what he got. How he get her?
Yeah.
How he get her?
Yeah. We should not. This guy said we should not lust or want something that somebody else has. He wouldn't have made it as part of the commandments with Moses and continued it on after Jesus set his laws down. He kept that law. You know what I'm saying? Certain of those laws just stayed. Thou shalt not murder or steal or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, there's not that much time left in this world as we know it. There's not a lot of time left, no matter what you may think. Look around you. Look at the signs. Look at the handwriting on the wall. It's written in everybody's language, so there's no excuse to say you can't interpret it. It's written in a universal language. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, there's not enough time left for us to be focused on gaining material possessions. It's not. And we certainly don't have the time to be jealous and envious of those that may have it already. We don't have
real
that
talk.
time. We don't have time to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Only you can save your life. Nobody else. Focus on you and yourself and those that you love, and make it out of this world into the real life. That's all that's important. When you get to the real life, we all gonna ball. We all gonna have big houses and whatever. We all gonna ball.
Yep.
What Satan is offering, just like he took Jesus up on that hill and showed him, like, I can give you all of this. And the devil wasn't lying. He could have gave Jesus all that, because just like God said, the world is lying in the power of the wicked one. He could give you those things, but you will die taking them. You will die taking them. Trust me.
Yeah.
You will die. So we got to stay focused out here in the midst of everything that's going on right now. The devil's working hard. His subjects are working hard. These world governments are doing things that's unprecedented, things we have never seen before. They're taking steps we have never seen them take, starting with Donald Trump and what China is doing and taking away all their citizens' rights. You know what I'm saying? It's turning up right now. It's turning up. And this little virus or pandemic we dealing with, welcome to the pre-party of the Great Tribulation. Because this is what you have to look forward to. It's not going to get any, everybody running around, oh, can't wait till this year is over. We can get over it. I'm sorry. It's not going to change. We're just going to go to one disturbing situation to the next. God told us this. This is why I'm not surprised when I see it. And I look at other people like, man, what is going on? What is going on? I'm terrified. Well, if you sat back and read and listened and didn't think that the Bible was written by the white man, you would have some type of organization about yourself, some type of peace about yourself. And when you see what's going on, you'd be lightweight happy, like, man, my deliverance is close. My deliverance is close. I'm tired of dealing with you niggas out here, for real. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? That's how we got to look at it, bro. That's how we got to look at it, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much, you know, that's basically all I got to say on this. If you want to say something else about these jealous niggas out here?
Hey, no, on the real, I know before we go, sometimes I like to sit back and listen myself as I'm checking out some of these things too, amongst talking too, and you know, you right on point with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a lot of different things. Just if we be conscious and look out for those things, we could be a better people. We're looking for a leader. You know, we already got one. Christ is the leader. That's what God sent his son for. That's not only our pattern it's our savior, but it's also too a way of we can look at life and live like this. Be humble. You know, be happy for somebody else, you know, when they achieve, because you could achieve just like them. Ask them how to do it. If you kind of slow with yours and getting your paper. Yeah, and for those that know that they kind of up on things, do reach back and help somebody, because it does take the jealousy and some of the envy off, because it goes against it. And in their mindset, they can't add it up and say, hey, this ain't right. I was wanting to rob this nigga. And then he just one day came out the liquor store and handed me a $5 and said, hey, kid, you know, I got a job around whoopie-whoop, you know, turn my whole thing around. I was just about to really, like, a couple more times, you know, about to get him. So something like that. So both sides be conscious of something like that, you know, and all of us know, in short, God gave us what we got, just like Krayzie said earlier. It ain't nothing that we got that he ain't gave it to us. So we can't have no attitude about the little trinkets that we do get. So share some of that stuff, bro. That's all.
Bro, true talk.
Take some of the jealousy and envy away. But that's all I got to say. And thank God for everybody that be watching this show with us and commenting and stuff like that to support. It make a dude feel real fuzzy at night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. We still definitely trying to take this message to the mainstream, not so it can change us, but so everybody can hear it. You know, they blocking us because it's a real message. It's a real message that, you know, they're trying to muzzle right now, but it's all good. Like I said, once again, we truly thank y'all for just subscribing to Truth Talks. I hope y'all keep tuning in, you know, promoting us. There's a lot of listeners out there that promote us heavily, and we appreciate y'all very, very much. You know what I'm saying? And until next time, y'all, just remember, the truth is always talking.
You know what? Sometimes we just got to shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen. That's all we got to do. Peace. Love y'all. See you on the next episode. Truth
Family.
Talk.
Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Talk. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Talk. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Let the truth talk to him. Talk.